they're sending me messages, but
Yeah. So
we talked and
I
just
said-
thought everybody
said
thought he was
the
probably
house.
gone.
And then,
So that just basically paid for that one more year of the 3 years that he hasn't been paying.
you know how much is a year? The HOA,
Mm-mm.
$90 a year.
$90 a year?
$90. This year they give us a credit, and I pay only $40
Oh yeah?
a year. You can't believe it.
That's, yeah.
They said $90, but we give you credit $50, so the payment is $40 for a year. But here on the 2000, what they said there, probably will be some penalty, some interest, and this and that. You know
Yeah.
how they add.
They stack it all
yeah,
up.
Yeah, they stack. Yeah.
So this is for the homeowners association.
Yes. So I stopped the auction, and then I said, I'm waiting for the judge, for George to see what's gonna happen.
Did I see that wrong, or did I see $3,000 for the homeowners association?
That's for the homeowners
So
association.
he was behind that far on the
Yes.
homeowners association. Okay, not a problem. No problem.
No.
No, that's the taxes and, or the penalties and fees and lawyer fees and all that stuff that
Okay.
they charged on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I go to the city, property tax, and I said, I want to see what kind of taxes is against this property. And that time was around 3,000, 4,000, something like that. And what's going to happen? This was last year. They said next year, probably in June, we're going to get the property on our inventory. And after that, is our house. We're going to schedule a time for
An auction.
An auction.
auction. I said, when can happen that? Maybe in 2017 in fall or 2018 in May. So I was relaxed. I said, until that time, something gonna happen. A month ago or something like that, Scott show up here.
I told you.
A month ago?
Yeah, more than
And now it's when he called, you said he
I
called.
had a phone call from some guy a month ago, and he called me and he said, "I'm looking. I'm looking for George Feeney." And I said, "Who are you?" And I can't remember exactly if he told me he was there. He wanted to give him some money, and he wanted to know where he was. And I said,
to give to George.
and I said, well, or he had money unaccounted for, and he wanted to give it to him, and we wanted contact. So I immediately thought maybe he was a collector of some sort. And I said, listen, if you've got, we're talking $1 million or $5 million or something like that, and you can find our brother Pat, because we haven't been able to get a hold of him, and we've mailed and called, and I've called his friends who are close by, and then he said, well, if I find out anything, I'll call you and let you know. And it sounds exactly like Scott.
Yeah.
Now, he was actually asking me, I think, because he probably already knew this process, or he was
How
going to
did
come
he
back.
get in the house?
He jumped over the gate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He put the truck there or car. He jumped over the gate, opened the gate, and the door was open. The garage door was broken.
I told you.
And
When?
I
Before Scott or after Scott?
what?
Before.
The garage door was broken when Scott went in there, or?
No, before.
Oh, yeah?
Before,
For how long?
time.
How long?
Who knows? Who knows when they broke the
A year?
Who knows?
Okay.
But I'm telling you, who saved the house? George saved the house. There are those squatters, squatters, the people who got in the abandoned homes and they start living there. You know those people?
Mhm.
No.
Okay. Next door, the house was empty, for sale. And one day, show up some not
Kids
black,
are inside there.
not blacks, mixed. And the neighbor got alarm right away. We called the police. And the police came. Oh, we rented the house. Well, you rented from whom you rented? But anyway, they got out.
Hmm.
And I'm sure,
They went over there to Pat's, but they found Pat dead, and
right,
they scavenged out of there.
right.
And let him sit there?
Well, they probably did, yeah.
So George saved his house from those people.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
See, George Pat, we called him Pat.
Pat, yeah.
You know, he would always come and go. You know, sometimes he'd be coming to the family. He'd show up for Thanksgiving, and he'd be there for 2 hours, and he'd leave.
Yeah,
You know, just kind of vanish.
yeah.
You know, and it's like my wife's birthday, her 18th birthday. He showed up for her 18th birthday. He was there. He left, and we didn't hear from him for 4 or 5 years later. You know, and then he was telling us about this, and so for us, it wasn't abnormal for Pat to be gone and not make phone calls for 2 or 3 years.
And
You
you see,
know?
I didn't know exactly
He was a
This-
very private
this-
brother.
this about George, that he's disappearing for a long, long time. I said, I feel something is missing here. Let's pay this $3,000. I'm gonna recover for sure this $3,000.
Yeah.
He worked in the casino industry for his whole life. And
And you see what good thing that I did, because if not, the house. But you will not lose something if the house was sold last year, because you're gonna show up. You're gonna show you are the relatives of George, and the extra money that city collected from the auction, they keep their money, and the rest they give it to you.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. This is a way it is work with the
The city?
auctions. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm sure they charge you lots of penalties and fees
don't do it.
and everything else.
Yeah, I'm the one. I said, "Hi, Scott. This is actually what I had in my car."
But get it.
He called me and I said, "How'd you get my
Like
number?"
The police said, we told them to get out of here and never show up here.
The-
Scott.
That was the other question I had. I asked Scott, please, can you give your phone to a police officer or have a police officer call me, please, or talk to me and let me know who walked in or who saw what, or we've never received a phone call or anything from the police or anything.
They took him an interview, filled up some paperwork, Scott, yeah,
Yeah.
because they was,
He was the one who found them, so
right.
they wanted to, I'm sure they fingerprinted him.
Yeah, but,
Do you think that, go back for a second, the garage was tampered with, and it was probably broken. Was it rolled up or rolled down or just bent?
the inside door,
Oh, the
not
inside.
the garage door.
Oh, the inside door.
No, inside door.
Okay.
Inside.
Because I know he's got his
the garage door was probably unlocked in the back.
No, the sliding glass door. He has a sliding glass door in the back of the house, and then he has his garage door,
Yes.
and he has his front door.
Yeah.
It has a screen on it.
Yes.
He had that place always locked up like
Yeah.
Fort Knox.
How did Scott get inside the house?
I told you he
He
jumped,
jumped over the
fence.
The gate.
But what
and
door
then
did he enter?
The side door over here in the back to the garage door?
We're just trying to find out, because I'll tell you what, when we'd come out to visit Pat and we couldn't get in, we were very curious.
Look here. Look there. And you're gonna see the garage. On the left,
Oh.
on the left, on the left.
Yeah, that one right there.
There. You see it?
Oh, this one right here?
Uh-huh. So that one was open?
Was broken, was closed.
Oh,
Closed by somebody forced.
okay. So that one was, they pried that one open.
Yeah. He jumped here over the gate, opened the gate, and got it.